Hi, I'm Andy Alloway. I'm the owner and designated broker at Deeb Realty. Today I want to talk about contract evolution. I'm sure a lot of you remember you've been in the business long enough where every single contract was done with paper and pen, right? So you meet somebody in person. Some people even remember where you would tear off the different sheets and hand them to people. And as we went, you wrote up a contract and you actually hand delivered it to an office. What a novel concept. And you could meet the agent and sit down with your people. Very great way to do business, but it was also somewhat inefficient. Then along came faxing, and this became much more popular, although it was much worse than meeting somebody in person, hand delivering an offer, and providing that service, because a lot of times the fax was unreadable. It would get faxed back and forth and it just looked terrible and you couldn't read it. It was very unprofessional by the time it ended. Well, then we continued to evolve, and our next step was now everybody scans and emails the contract. So you sit down, you write the purchase agreement with your buyers, and then you scan it. Well, the other agent still has to print it off or forward it on, and it ultimately print it off and place a counter or do the signatures from the email. And which is a good evolutionary step because it is much more efficient, but ultimately sometimes you have to rescan it back in. The scans don't look very good, and you start coming up with some of the same problems, and people still have to be able to print them off and sign them and do all those things. What if you could have it totally digitized? What if you could sit down and write a purchase agreement totally on computer or your laptop or your tablet, and then instantaneously on that computer have your people sign it, then email it off to the listing agent and maybe to another party if there's multiple parties, where they could look at it, accept the offer, sign it right there, or write a counter offer and email it back to you without having to do any of the paper process, without having to print it off or go and meet people if there's addendums afterwards. How many times have you scheduled an appointment just to get one addendum signed for a home inspection, and you scheduled this and it was a couple hours out of your day because you had to schedule to meet them at the office, your clients had to get off work, and it was for one signature. How much easier would it be if you could simply email them the addendum that you've already prepared, they click a couple of times, and they sign that and they send it back to you? Our customers are doing this right now because one of the things that Deeb Realty has done in the last couple of months, one of our new services, is we've added DocuSign as a free service for all of our realtors. And I'll tell you, we've had it for about a month now, and they are loving it. Our clients are raving about it. We're really excited to be offering this as one of the great services that Deeb Realty provides. We see this is where our industry is headed over the next several years, and we, as always, want to remain on the cutting edge of technology and service for our realtors and our customers. So if you're interested in DocuSign, you want to learn more about the program that we offer here, digital signatures or anything else, I'd love to speak with you. Please give me a call, and of course all of our meetings are always confidential. But thanks for listening today, and I hope you're having a great spring season selling. Thanks a lot.